I just switched the camera to selfie mode and I didn't realize how much like a fortune teller I look like. Hi everyone, it's me, the How-To Homemaker. My dad bought me this shirt and I'm wearing it for him in honor of Father's Day because I love him. And I do love the shirt, but I think I should tone down the rest of the style. Give me your palm. Anyways, so I'm here to talk about the resin. A couple videos ago I did some jewelry fixes and the resin didn't work out for me. I was excited about it. I realized it wasn't as bad as I thought it was initially now that I've done some stuff, but I really thought that I messed stuff up. Well, I did actually really mess stuff up really badly in the end. Here are my fails. I just took them out of the freezer because if I unthaw them, they get very runny and sticky. But you'll also notice that there's kind of a burnt tinge to it. Well, that's because when they weren't setting, I decided I should probably put them in my toaster oven and speed up the process. It just made it stink in here really badly. So don't do that. What you have to do, what I'm learning, is mix it properly and slowly. Actually, that is one thing. You have whatever you're mixing it in and the mixer, you put the mixer on the bottom of whatever you're mixing and you don't lift it up as you're mixing because that's what creates the bubbles. And you do that for like 3 or 4 minutes. Do that for a long time. Trust me, it's worth it because I just cleaned out all of my silicone molds because I thought that I was hot shit because I made some good projects and then I made some bad ones and I didn't mix it enough and they just all got very sticky. There was some that set and there was some that just didn't. So all of them got sticky because I washed them off with hot water. That's another learning lesson. If you have to wash your silicone molds off, use rubbing alcohol or isopropyl at 90%. That's what you have to use to clean it adequately enough for the next pour because you don't want any sort of, you might clean it properly at the time of cleaning, but it will still be sticky. It will have that sticky, filmy layer, and it will collect a layer of dust, and that is exactly what you don't want. You'll just have to clean them again, so you might as well do it right the first time. Second time, you just gotta rinse it off with water, maybe. So with that being said, I showed you my mistakes. Oh, I also, my cousin made me a necklace. And we were crafting one day, she was over, she said, hey, let me make you a necklace. And I loved it, I do love it, and I wore it till it broke. So I went to make it again, and, well, just look what happened. I lost the clip. Just once, I'd like one of these videos to be 100% bang on. It's all the way edited. I was watching it the very last time, forgot that I mentioned this, went to look for the clip to put it in, lost it, gone. So long story short, I broke the necklace while I was trying to fix something else, and then I burst out laughing. It would have been better if you could see it. I'm not changing everything now, though. Let's just keep going. Laugh because I'm there to fix the jewelry. It was so stupid. But then this was the bad resin mistake. I thought, well, since the rings are working out so well, why don't I make a resin sort of pendant mold with the hot glue gun? And I just did that for a while and I built it up for a while and built it up, and then I put the pendant back in the middle of the hot glue. I put more gears in there and then I filled it up with resin, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't mixing it properly and one of the components mixed not very well with the hot glue, or maybe I just didn't hot glue it enough. I thought I put a lot of layers on there, but it seeped all over the table. It was so upsetting because this is my grandma's table and I tried my very best to not make it gross, but I am probably going to have a sanding and refinishing video at one point. But yeah, it was so upsetting. So that was a bad resin mistake. If you don't have a hard casting resin molds that you can find around the home, like a Kinder Surprise egg or a EOS, you know, the lip balm stuff. Somebody took the lip balm out and drilled a hole in the top and poured a dandelion. It was really cute. They did a really good job. So you don't have to go out and buy the molds right away. I like the tray molds. Those are really good. And if I get into the resin casting anymore, I probably will get into making my own molds out of silicone. It's easy enough to do, I hear, and probably a lot more efficient and fun for me. With that being said, let's get down to the video. I've talked enough. I'll turn the camera angle down. Again, happy Father's Day. I love you, Dad. And let's get to work. Or let's see the work. Anyways. Okay, so here we are. I have the resin. And I want to mix very equal parts of resin and the hardener. I have my scale out. When I say very equal, I mean I don't want to eyeball it. I don't want to use any sort of measuring spoons. I think that would be a lot messier than just pouring it into a cup. So I have my scale and I just wanted to do this as easily as possible. Second most important part, all of that mixing that I just did. I can't stress that enough, you guys. Mix your hardener and your resin together for a very long time. Well, not very long, but it seems a long time because you have to mix it slowly. But mix it for about 4 or 5 minutes even, and you won't have any problems, as I'm learning. The other thing you need to know, all these little gears and things that I'm setting in the resin, they do look expensive, yes, but I had them for a very long time from Michael's, and I only buy things on sale there. So I bought them, didn't know what I'd use them for, but I kept them in my craft closet. I talk about my craft closet from time to time, and it's just a really good place to have if you're doing crafts like this. It helps you save money because you buy things on sale and be patient to use them. But you don't even need to do that. You can go outside and use things from the outside. You can take colored paper and crinkle it up. If you have wire, you can use that. Or if you have pretty rocks, or if you have keepsakes that you want to keep as a memory or in a chain, use this process because it is pretty fun and very satisfying. And you don't have to spend a lot of money, is my point, is what I'm trying to say to you guys. If you are going to make this and sell them, I would suggest buying the bigger quantity of resin too. I bought the 32 ounces on Amazon, but there are smaller quantities. If you just want to make you and your friends some jewelry, then just buy the 4-ounce bottles. Okay, so before we get into the good work that I did complete, I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple special guys in my life. My grandpa, this dude right here watching me make Easter eggs, or possibly collect I think it's collecting Easter eggs. He's very special to me. He is a very smart guy. He's done lots of great stuff in his life. He's made so many things. He's a really great carpenter. He's an inspiration to me. He made this. This is amazing in many, many, many different ways. This is made out of these different types of woods. And from what I learned in carpentry school, I'm a red seal carpenter, you're not supposed to mix all these different types of wood. But he never went to school. He didn't have Google. He didn't know about stuff like that, and he would just do it. And this is what he came up with. And this is another amazing thing. This came from New Brunswick, and now it's in Alberta. There's a completely different climate in New Brunswick than from Alberta. There's a lot more moisture in the air. I was so worried this was going to dry and crack out when they said that they were giving it to me. I've had it for years now. It stood the test of time. I don't know how he did it, but it's amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. And he built a lamp. I wish I had it. I'm going to have it eventually one day, but he built a lamp out of wood. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my whole life. And that's my grandpa who did it. So happy Father's Day, Grandpa. I think about you all the time. And the next special guy I want to talk to you about is my daddy. That's him. Busting a gut at something. I don't know, but wasn't he a cute little fella? One tooth coming up there. Yeah, that's him. He is very special to me. He's also been a really good role model for me. This is me and him at a wedding many, many moons ago. You can tell by, well, my size and his hair. Yeah. He's a very good role model to me. He's been a good father for the whole time he's been it. That's him at my wedding with my husband. Aren't they handsome guys? And yeah, one of these things is going to be his Father's Day present, as well, he already knows. It's this thing, as you can imagine. There's going to be, well, I just hope it works at the end. But let's start taking things apart. Oh, first I want to show you, just kidding guys. First I want to show you, this is my very first attempt. I did it, I hollowed out a Christmas tree bulb. I just broke the top off with pliers and I covered it in glass. I broke it off, twisted my wrist like that, and the top came off cleanly, so I just shoved that guy in there. I didn't have any moss or anything, so I just used green beads. I was so excited to cast something, and it's so bubbly, it looks like Alka-Seltzer, but, or, I don't, yeah, I think so. But, I love this guy. He's my favorite out of everything. He's so cute. I put him up in my garden, because he's the tree spirit from Princess Mononoke. Here's another success of mine. I really like this one. It turned out really well. I can't wait to do more like this. The gears all layered up like that looks so good. There's quite a few layers in there, as you can see. So if you are doing something like this, keep your favorite gears to the outside, because really you can only see the outside layer and that there's gears behind. But what you can see is, yeah, so I really like that gear, and I like the mixture of colors back here. And then some stars got caught in the mix. I didn't want them there, but that's okay. They look all right. So this is another one that I'm excited about. Let's take it out. It's a bookmark. And when you pull these out of the molds, they just come out so easily when they're ready to go. This worked out so well. Yay! I've been having trouble because one of the things that I'm learning is that you really have to mix these properly before you can just cut that off with a knife there. But you just have to mix these really, really well before you cast them, because I've had times where they're nice and hard on the surface and I pull them out and it's all sticky and gross on the inside. And if you're having that issue, rubbing alcohol cleans your silicone molds really well. But yeah, this worked out really well. It's going to be a bookmark. There's a hole that's already there in the mold. So I enjoyed these molds because they're pretty cheap on Amazon. This one feels weird to the touch, but it worked out really, really well. I love it. So let's look at, this is a different one that I did. You can't, well, maybe you can tell because of the way it's sticking, but this is another one. It was nice and hard on the outside, but kind of sticky here. So what I'm going to do, because I have a couple like that, I've washed them off with water. I don't know if that's okay or not, but I've washed them off with water and let them dry. And I have this wire, and I'm going to, next time I do a resin pour, I'm going to dip them in the resin, maybe sand a little bit as well to just take that kind of sticky look, because they're not sticky anymore. I've washed them off and dried them and they're fine now, so I assume that you can just sand them down at this point and then dip them in the resin, and then I'm pretty sure that that's going to be okay. So I'll let you know in the comments or something like that if you guys want to know. Let's continue on. This is another one that I made. Worked out, and again, this one is like 90% okay on the front and the back, but there's just a little bit of resin that didn't take. So again, I washed it off. Let's get down to, I'm trying to clear this off here. So this is another sticky example I'm going to fix. And then there are other ones in the fast motion. If you notice, there was a square that I set and two other ones. I didn't mix them properly enough, so they were taking way too long to set, and I just ended up cleaning the molds out because I didn't think that they would work out that well. I'm going to do this last. Let's do this guy right now. I have a feeling that this is still going to be sticky and this will actually be all right. It feels really hard, both sides, so let's just see how it goes. This is the only 3D thing I've ever cast. I haven't seen the inside yet. Oh, make sure I'm in the shot here. This will be a first time for me and for you, so hopefully it turns out really well. Oh, I'm excited so far. Oh my gosh, I'm excited so far. Oh, a little bit sticky, but that's not a big deal. That was actually a third pour because the second pour, this nice, wow, it feels really good to the touch too. This nice part right here, it kind of sunk down, like it was bubbled over for the longest time, so I thought it was okay, but then it sunk right down, and so I poured more in, and I bet that that's what that is, because it was the tail end of that stuff that I didn't mix properly, so there you go. So let's see how this goes, because this is the part that I don't know about. Oh crap. I gotta get rid of that stickiness. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not so bad. There was color in that one, so that's why it looks like that. Yeah, I just have to clean it up, but it looks pretty good. And I can fix that one tiny area that I'm already getting all over the ball. But yeah, it's just a bunch of marbles. I don't know if I would do that color with something inside again, but it's live and learn, right? And now you guys can learn from me living. So yeah, you just trim that off with an Olfa knife and clean that up and it'll be great. So I really like that. That's not too bad for a first time with all the ups and downs that I've been having. Because I poured this guy and then I had a fail, and then I poured this guy and then I had a fail. So I'm just hoping this works out because this is my daddy's Father's Day present. I did pour on wax paper with the hot glue around the ring. My dad actually made these rings. He made one for all of us. They're very special. He made them for all of his fingers as well, but then he lost a bunch of weight and he doesn't fit them anymore. So I'm hoping he gives me another one because I ruined mine. So let's see how this goes. Okay, let's just rip this off to start with. Now I'm just pulling off the hot glue at first. You just have to pop that seal really. And then I'll have to clear this off with a scraper. It feels nice and hard, so hopefully this goes well. Like I said, I've done well, you've seen them in the beginning, the rings before. I casted them like this, and it worked out really well until I didn't do the mixture properly and did all the stuff to try and save it before I found out it's just that I didn't mix it properly. But anyways, get off. Oh, and this one I cast in there because I didn't think I'd be able to drill through the ring space with the compass there. I didn't think that I'd be able to get through, so I just cast it with the string in place, but normally I would just do it straight to the wax paper and then drill a hole afterwards if you guys are doing this at home. So yeah, that actually looks pretty good. And then, ta-da! That's why I'm the favorite. So happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you. And you probably already have this by now. And that's going to be the end of my video, too. So with that being said, don't forget, everybody in life makes mistakes, like sticky resin pours. But what matters is what you do about it, like fixing them and getting better on your next ones. So see you next video, everybody. Hope you learned something. Bye.